Hello, it's August 4th, and this is Reverend Redbeard with today's reading from If I Had One More Day. Day 216. You can depend on God. We all have a way of relating to others, a certain attachment style. Unlike me, who is prone to anxiety, you might have learned early on that you couldn't depend on people. Perhaps the most important people in your life could not be relied upon, and so you closed yourself off and became independent and self sufficient. You might still live that way. Maybe you're surrounded by people, but you don't let them in. They don't really know you because you don't allow them to know you. You keep them at arm's length. Maybe that's how you treat God too. You keep him at arm's length. God is different from people, and I want to encourage you to pray and ask God to draw you close to him, to help you trust him. Numbers 23:19 assures us God is not a man that he should lie, nor a son of man that he should change his mind. Does he speak and then not act? Does he promise and not fulfill? God has integrity through and through. The NLT version of Psalm 138, the second part of verse 2 says, I praise your name for unfailing love and faithfulness, for your promises are backed by all the honor of your name. This verse speaks of God's faithfulness and integrity. Psalm 89:34 says, I will not violate my covenant or alter what my lips have uttered. God will not change the words he has spoken. He will never break his promise. He will always do what he said he will do. God is utterly dependable and trustworthy. We can come to him day or night, and he will listen, show an interest, and talk with us. We can connect with God in such a real, deep, and personal way. God will help us connect with other people too, so that we're not always keeping them at distance. Will people sometimes let us down? Of course. I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, and neither is anybody else. But God will help us when we fall, when we fail, and when we hurt. The NLT version of 2 Timothy 2:13 says, If we are unfaithful, he remains faithful, for he cannot deny who he is. We can learn what it is to have real, vibrant, lasting relationships. 1 Corinthians 1:9 reassures us, God who has called you into fellowship with his Son, Jesus Christ our Lord, is faithful. God can be trusted to do all that he has promised to do. We can depend on him. Mark 13:31 says, Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. I pray you all have a great day. Be blessed.